Boxing King Media in association with Boxro. Out here in Liverpool with Billy Nelson, or is it Billy's brother?
Billy's wee brother.
Billy's wee brother. I've got to start off with your dramatic weight loss. If you don't mind me asking, Billy, was it health related, or if it's something you just thought, you know what, I'm going to sort myself out?
No, I just had to sort myself out. I was getting very uncomfortable in my clothing, and just general lifestyle wasn't great. So time for a change, and I'm delighted what I've done. 16 weeks. That's 57, 67 pound in 16 weeks. 4 stone 11.
Wow, that's crazy. What, if you don't mind me asking, what's the secret? Is it just training or diet mixture?
Well, my diet was horrendous. So anything, I've totally cut out everything. As you can see, I'm diluted orange and water's basically what I've been drinking for 16 weeks, and mainly water. Running twice, most days twice, some days just once if I'm tired. And my food is very, very limited now. So
That's, well, credit to you, because it's not easy, because once you get comfortable, it's very easy just to keep eating. So well done to you, and done in such a short space of time as well.
16 weeks, it doesn't feel like a short time, but I suppose it is. But no, I'm delighted with the results.
Top man. I want to say it's the first time I've had a proper sit down with you. We did meet in Dubai when you was out there training Thor for his crazy fight. You were just telling me, what, 30 odd million people watched that fight with Eddie?
Well, they reckon between 30 to 40 million people watched it over the 2 days, or the build up and the fight, whatever the case may be. 30 to 40 was the figures.
That's an incredible set of eyes, that. Like, surely Thor's seen that and Eddie Hall knows about that. Are these guys going to fight again, either against each other or other people?
Well, I know Thor was... He got offered the Tyson Fury fight, but obviously that's fell through now, through no fault of Thor's, obviously. But I don't know why a company like a big company like Boxer or one of the big promoters don't put that show kind of fight on after the professional show. You know, with those figures, the figures are proven. It's a world right. Even if you get half that figure, 10 million people at £5 or £10 a head, it's a lot of money to generate.
It definitely is, and I'll be honest, because I was there when they fought each other, and it was like edge of your seat type of stuff, because every time that they landed, they both were hurting each other. So I can see fans being excited to watch that fight. It'd be far more entertaining than the guys that obviously KSI fought, no fault of his own, this past week.
Well, it would have, because you know, everybody knew that KSI had a bit of ability, and the other guy, when you seen him on the pad, you're like, oh my goodness. You know, you could drag somebody off the street and give him a 50-50 fight.
Definitely. So, how far did the negotiations go with Thor? I'm guessing you might have played some part in them with Tyson, yeah.
I think he was offered the fight. We accepted the fight. I think they were going to meet over in Iceland. Tyson actually went over to Iceland, but never told Thor he was coming. And Thor went to film a movie in Rome, so they never get a chance to meet. But obviously, the result between AJ and Usyk, the winner now fights Tyson probably at the beginning of next year.
Definitely, and it would have been interesting, that Thor versus Tyson. I don't know how people would have took it. But moving on to pro boxing, your guy Martin Bakole, out in France, went and did the unthinkable, like he told me off camera, 5-1 he was. How much belief did you have? Obviously, I know he's your guy, so you're going to back him, but realistically, did you think in your head it's a 50-50 fight, or were you confident it was going to be easy?
Well, I never thought it'd be easy, but I was super confident he'd beat him. I would expect Martin to beat everybody other than Tyson Fury just now, and he would give him, I believe he would give him his hardest fight.
Interesting. And obviously, where does that put Martin now? Because he's got a win over somebody, you know, an Olympic gold medalist, and he got the decision in France, which many people didn't think he'd get.
Well, it was a shocking scores really. When somebody gave it a draw, two judges gave it the 2 points. He won 9 of the 10 rounds in the two knockdowns. But listen, we could either go the podium route, go Joe Joyce, who was the silver medalist, and then Hagorovich, who was the bronze medalist, beat them all, or Anthony Joshua's looking for an opponent in December. Why not Martin Bakole?
That's an interesting call. Have they sparred before?
Many times.
And how does the sparring go?
Very even.
And whilst you're talking on the AJ thing, a lot of people talked about AJ not having. Have you got to go?
No.
All right. AJ struggling with stamina in after 9-10 rounds. Obviously, you train at heavyweight. Who is it?
2 minutes. Ryan. 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Who's that?
I train that young guy.
Obviously, training and conditioning a heavyweight. Could AJ ever get himself in a position where he can fight at that sort of pace for 12 rounds? That's the kind of question I wanted to ask you from your experience of training a heavyweight.
I don't believe he can now, no. Too old now to change so dramatically. Whereas Martin Bakole, he's been brought up that way to fight at a high pace and, be consistent in every round.
San, we're talking about exhibition fights. One fight I'd love to see, I think people on Twitter will tune in, is Billy Nelson versus Sam Jones. What do you think of that?
It's a mismatch of all proportions.
I think you'd be even weights now.
I'm probably lighter than Sam. Sam lies about his weight, I don't. It doesn't matter what weight I was 18 stone 10. You need one of these 10 at a boxing ring. And Sam's got the size of a heart. It's the size of a mosquito's eyelash.
I've not heard that reference before. But just finishing off on Martin, what is next for him? Because obviously he's had a big win and he's kind of put himself in contention for anybody really, because he's beaten an undefeated Olympic champion.
Well, he's been moved up to number 4 in the WBA. Huey fights Hunter. One of them will slip out. He'll slip in. Wilder beats Hellenius. Hellenius will slip out. Martin goes up to number 2. So you're nearly there for a world title shot. So we'd take Daniel Dubois next. We'd fight him next, no problem.
So potentially Martin's in a position where he could fight anybody from Dubois, White, to anyone, and you're happy for anyone basically.
Any of them, any of the British. He'll beat any of the British heavyweights. As I say, probably obviously the hardest one would be Tyson, but the rest of them he'll beat.
And does Martin have any ties with anyone at the minute? Is he contracted to fight anyone in particular, or is he?
No, he's not got a fight as yet, no.
Great stuff. Billy, is there anything else you'd like to add or share anything with the fans about your weight loss or anything else before I let you go?
No, I'm just happy with what I've managed to achieve so far, and another stone and then I'll be happy.
Good man, Billy. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
You're welcome, thank you.